Hello.
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 Welcome to another edition of Behind the Sofa with me, D Cool.
And me, Lewis Moon. So, it's... We don't know what episode this is yet. You will know when it's uploaded. It'll probably be like episode 11 or 12 or something.
Probably, depending on how quick I get around to editing it, basically.
Because, of course, we've got the new series coming out. We just uploaded one earlier today when we were doing this. On the day we're doing this, we were editing down today The Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar, which is episode 9 of Behind the Sofa. We'd had it before, but it's like... It was a live stream before, but it had like the theme tune and the ending scene. So this probably will be one of the last episodes where you get that ending sequence.
That's true. It probably will, won't it? Because we're getting towards the end of the year.
Yes.
And we're going to have a little bit of a refresh for next year. But Behind the Sofa, don't worry, we'll still be here, folks.
Yeah, we'll still be here, but, you know, the ending scene... It's got us very young.
Yes,
I think it's when we did The Simpsons or the 50th anniversary top 10. So
I think you might be right.
We are going to refresh that, maybe to tell you to subscribe or something.
Who knows? Who? Thinking of who, Behind the Sofa is a Who vidcast, and we will be talking today about which episode?
The Lodger.
The Lodger.
So,
what we normally do, for anyone that's seen Behind the Sofa before, we have a set of standard questions that we ask ourselves, and then come the end of the show, we have a think around our chart, which I just realised we've not actually worked out where we placed this, have we?
Oh no.
We've not, have we?
No, but
we'll
just show you.
Yeah, we'll just show you.
We won't actually talk about it, we'll just show you over our beautiful heads.
And that's the joy of editing. Yeah, so anyway, at the end we'll show you, of all the ones that we've watched since starting Behind the Sofa, we show you a sort of a running table of where we place the episode in comparison to the others that we've seen.
Today we have 10th one, so or it might not be the 10th one because, you know, but the charts will change from now on, because when it gets to number 10, which it might have already by the time this has come out, but when it gets to 10, it wouldn't show you all of them. No. It wouldn't show you 11th. It will show you the top 3, will we say?
Something like that, yeah.
It's top 3 or 5, and then like the top 3, the bottom 3, where this one is and what's above it and below it.
Yep, that's it. So should we crack on with it? Because we've waffled already for probably best part of 5 minutes, just with some
notifications.
Nothing. So, do you want to do a story round?
Yes.
The Lodger?
So, I've got my tablet, your tablet here. I do have my own tablet, but I have brought it with me, but we're just using this one because it's bigger. So, the Doctor must solve the mystery of a staircase that people go up but never go down. But what is upstairs, and why is it hiding in the house of Craig and Sophie?
Okay, so that's a fairly good intro for it. Should we pose the first few questions, which are normally sort of scene-setting questions?
So, series?
Yeah, which series is this from?
This is from season 5, which was the first season with Matt Smith, so it's probably the most popular Matt Smith season. However, not necessarily the best.
No. But there's some cracking stories in it.
Like Vincent and stuff.
So. As to whether this is one of them, well, hang around and we may tell.
For the next, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You see the video length, so try and watch all of it.
You've already answered the next one to a certain extent. Who is the Doctor?
Matt Smith.
So which Doctor is he? Which number?
11.
11.
I can't do it with my hand. No.
So, companions.
Companions? Well, the is Amy, but she's very minor in this story.
She is, yeah.
Sort of got Craig as well.
I mean, Amy's largely stuck in the TARDIS in this
Yes.
story, isn't she? So,
Well, basically all.
yeah, pretty much.
All the places she's in is.
It's very occasionally in Doctor Who. Oh no, where's he gone? Very occasionally in Doctor Who, you get stories where there will be another main character, and they want the focus to be on that character, so they will effectively find a way to alienate and remove the main companion from
Like
it.
Ashildr.
Which is a good example. It was the recent episode from Series 9 with Ashildr, where Clara was off giving taekwondo lessons.
Which I think is quite ridiculous, but it's sci-fi, it's fiction, it's unreal. So Clara can teach taekwondo for year 7s. Clara can shoot a big missile because she's Bonnie the Zygon. Clara can do anything.
Because she's the impossible girl. But we're not talking about Clara.
No.
We're talking about Amy.
Which do you prefer, Amy?
I still prefer Amy. Yeah. I do like Clara a lot.
Top tangenters.
Yeah.
No.
So, if Amy is, whilst she's the companion, but she's sort of sidelined a bit here, who is the character that comes in to fill that void?
Oh, I said earlier.
Did you? Oh, right, I was
it's
busy going off
Craig.
a tangent.
Craig.
Craig.
James Corden.
James Corden.
So
it's a quite a big name British comedian, comedy actor, I guess, more than a comedian, I would say. What do you make of him?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, works well, doesn't
I've
it?
seen him and stuff before.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's better in this than Closing Time, and we haven't seen Closing Time. I mean, Dad hasn't seen it since it was first on. I've seen it when I've bought the DVD and stuff, but we haven't seen it on the randomizer.
No, so it's not in this. Yeah, I mean, sooner or later it will probably pop up on the randomizer, and then we'll give it one of these behind the sofa reviews. But definitely, there's 2 stories. This is the first one with Craig in it, and it's a lot better.
A lot. Even though Cybermen are in, you know.
But it's rubbish.
Terrible. How dare you? The writer report as caretaker.
So, who was the writer?
Babyhead. No.
Babyhead.
Yeah, call him Babyhead.
You've forgotten his name.
Is there anything wrong with that? No. Gareth Roberts, Babyhead.
Why? I don't
Because he
understand.
looks like a baby.
Does he?
He's got a baldy head and he's baby head.
Babyhead. So, there we are.
Mm.
So,
Format.
story.
We've done
You've done story. Format.
It's 1-part story.
Uh-huh.
That's simple. Should we move on to the proper?
Let's go on to the proper questions then.
So, best baddie. 10 hours later. What do you think?
God, what a fine singing voice you have.
No, it isn't.
Best baddie. So what baddies do we have in it? I mean, we don't really properly see them, do we?
No.
But it's the thing that's living
It's
upstairs.
always shadowed.
Yeah. And spoiler for those that haven't
turn
seen
off
it
now.
and don't want to know the ending, but because I'm about to say
Turn
the
off,
ending.
turn off, turn off.
Quick, panic. What we find out at the end is it's effectively like a spaceship, isn't it, on top of this flat, and there isn't really a second floor at all.
No, it's where people go up the stairs, but they never come down.
I think there's some really great. Oh, we're not on to the best bits yet, are we? So I won't go into that yet. In fact, what question were we asking ourselves? I can't remember. Best baddie. So the best baddie would have to be the alien-y things, because they're the only baddies in it, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
The creatures upstairs, you've called them.
Yes.
So
By the way, I forgot to look up the dorm rating, but it doesn't matter.
No, that's right. Best bit?
Best bit, I'm going to say the football bit. When, well, we won't spoil the joke.
No, but the Doctor is actually pretty damn good at football, isn't he?
Yeah, but that scene...
That's...
It's a very good scene.
That is by far and away the best, funniest moment in the whole thing, actually. The best bit in the whole thing. What are the best bits have we got?
We have the Craig finds the gadget moment.
Ah, okay. Craig finds the gadget bit moment. I'm trying to remind me what that is. I know I came with it early on.
It was you who came up with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, it's the bit when they go into the bedroom, isn't it?
Yeah, and then he's made that whole gadget,
and
they headbutt each other.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
that's and then we've said the whole atmosphere. I mean, it's a bit more light-hearted and everything, and the way how the Doctor treats Craig and how Sophie and everyone else loves him.
Yeah.
It's the same in Closing Time, but it works much better here.
Yeah. No.
As with everything compared from this to Closing Time.
But I mean, effectively in this one, as the name would suggest,
even the ending scene is better than the one. The ending scene's a lot better than the one in Closing Time.
But as the title suggests, the Doctor's a sort of is a lodger here, isn't he? He's staying with Craig, but he's very much very eccentric sort of lodger.
So, best supportive cast.
Okay, I mean, with this one, as with a lot of these episodes, it depends whether you class Craig as supporting cast or whether you class him as the companion in this story.
I'm going to cast him as both, kind of, because he's not really a companion.
No. I think you've got to say he's supporting cast, and I think therefore he's got to be the best one, hasn't he?
Yeah, and then you've got Sophie, played by Daisy Haggard, so you've got both of them.
But she's very much just a foil, isn't she, for the character? So not sort of essential. So.
And then in Closing Time, she's even less essential.
Yeah.
And Closing Time, as we've mentioned about 5,000 times this episode, isn't the best episode.
No. In fact, it's
one of the worst ever episodes. Not as bad as Greatest Show in the Galaxy and Twin Dilemma.
So, best part.
It is a Twin Dilemma.
Best part.
Well, there's only one part, so
easily
part
answered.
one.
Easily answered.
So,
general thoughts, really. What are the things? What do you like about it and what don't you like about it?
I like the way how it's a bit more light-hearted.
Yeah.
I mean, the Matt Smith era generally is a bit more light-hearted than, let's say, the Peter Capaldi era, because we have like all dark stuff in Listen and Mummy on the Orient Express, Dark Water, Death in Heaven, Under the Lake Before the Flood. All of those are very dark, and Woman Who Lived as well. Very dark stories, but in this series, in these two series particularly, and the Dave Tennant era as well, you sort of have more light-hearted stories, and usually they fit it quite well between really dark stories or action-packed stories and light-hearted stories and sort of more low-budget
As you know,
episodes.
I don't generally like the light-hearted ones very much.
Definitely the RTD era. You hate the Donna and Doctor thing. If you listen to the podcasts, you know that foppish means the F word to us.
It does. So, I don't normally like the comedy ones. This is an exception because this is very good. It works. The comedy works on it. It doesn't feel forced. I think James, what's his name again, called, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he works really well in it. And it's sort of, he's one of these sort of actors that there was a point in time where he was just in everything and he got a bit annoying, but it works in this.
Yeah, but then Closing Time came and 5001.
But it's that's for another time.
Yes, we we need to get closing time up on the randomizer to give like second thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Because we haven't done closing time on the. We've done 9 episodes. What have we done? Sontaran Experiment, Leisure Hive, Two Doctors, Let's Kill Hitler, Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar. This one, lots of episodes.
So, if somebody was delving into Doctor Who and they wanted to watch a 11th Doctor episode, is the Lodger one that you would recommend to people?
No, because I'd say Day of the Doctor.
Well, not necessarily. I'm not necessarily thinking the best one to watch, but just whether it's one that you'd say, oh, you should really watch this one. You know.
Yeah, it'd probably be one of them. I mean, Vincent and the Doctor is good. I'd ask them. I'd tell them to watch that because it's quite a good story and it tells you a piece of history.
I think a lot of it depends, I guess, as well on what sort of person it is. If it's somebody that likes more light-hearted ones, then it's a very good one to watch. And it's worth watching it for the football bit alone, isn't it?
Love the football bit.
Is
when he kicks the football.
Yeah.
Yes!
It's very funny, that bit.
Oh.
So,
top comedy.
So,
Doctor Who-wise.
About now, if you're watching, we would have edited it so you'd be able to see the chart, probably.
Yeah, I don't know where we've placed it yet. It's like timey-wimey, as the Doctor would say.
So you can see our chart above my hand.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Up there. So there's the chart. Hopefully you've enjoyed the chart there. As you'll see, it's not at the top, but it's not at the bottom.
Yes.
Does that sum it up?
Yeah, because we don't know yet. It might be at the bottom. Oh, no, it isn't. Because of the Leisure Hive.
No.
Terrible episode.
So...
not terrible, necessarily. It's quite good.
So, does that sort of round up this week's episode?
Yes.
So that's behind the sofa. That's behind the sofa done for you this time. We will be recording some more live ones, which you may or may not have seen by now.
I think next...
Depending on how long it takes us to edit.
We're editing... Under the Lake Before the Flood live streams, as well as The Girl Who Died, Woman Who Lived. We'll be doing a Zygon Invasion, Zygon Inversion one, which we'll try to edit. Remember, you can catch all the past Behind the Sofas in the playlist Behind the Sofa on the Miss Lewis Moon YouTube account, or tune in to Behind the Sofa on Mark Freak Super Geek account. With edited versions and everything, so try to subscribe because we do a sub for sub thing, so if you subscribe to us, we subscribe to you.
So there you have it.
Well, I subscribe back, so...
I'm not quite so good at doing that.
Yeah, I'm quite trustworthy with that. Whoever pledges to subscribe. Remember, you can also come on to Miss Lewis Moon chat show or anything, or... You know, share us your opinions or do anything.
Okay, thank you for watching. We're going to hop back into our spaceship. We shall see you soon.
We need to go. We've got a mission to watch Closing Time. Oh no.